Have you ever heard of the block game anarchy presidential elections? Well, essentially, on servers like Constantiam and 9b90, which are 2b2t clones, if you didn't know, they have main discords, like a central community hub for everyone in the community to kind of congregate and talk. So unlike 2b2t, there aren't many different community discords. Instead, there is one centralized main discord. Of course, there's still many different little, smaller independent ones, but these are insignificant compared to the main one. On these community discords, they have these things called elections, where every year they choose a new president who controls the community discord. This was started on Constantiam and brought over to 9b90 when Constantiam community split and many of the Constantiam players came to 9b90. Ever since then on both servers, there has been presidential elections on the community discords. The Constantiam community hub and the 9b90 public discord are the main discords where the presidential elections are held, and the presidents throughout the community are widely accepted as the presidents. For the most part, the title of being president of the server is known throughout the entirety of the server on places such as the community Reddit or even in-game. Anyway, so someone who has played 9b90 and who played it a lot was curious about these elections, so I enlisted to run as president of 9b90 public elections. I enlisted and gathered a decent following of people to join the LARP party. I called it a LARP party to embrace what these were. LARPing, that's what the elections were, they were basically LARPing. I eventually stopped my campaign since I didn't want to spend the time campaigning. However, for some reason I found that people who always bullied people for LARPing were the main people who were in these elections LARPing. However, for some reason I found that the people who always bullied people for LARPing were the main people who were in these elections LARPing as candidates. Such as you would see campaign banners saying that they would ban all the LARPers, when in reality they themselves were in fact even bigger LARPers than the LARPers that they were talking about. And then the candidates who LARP go around having LARP debates where they ask questions that seem pretty LARPish. I was going to be in one of these debates, but then I realized that it was literally nothing but LARP. They didn't talk about how they were going to improve the server. Like, I thought they were going to talk about maybe who the best person to lead the community was, but no, they were just talking about how big their cocks were.
Valentina will be your first lady. Does this make you gay since Valentina has a penis?
Choose your words wisely here, Temp.
Let's see.
Why are you...
I don't think it's your guys' business.
No, it's pretty much our business.
Yeah, but like,
we're the president.
But like, you know, it's not like it's a big deal or anything, but like, are you gay?
No, it's a huge fucking deal, dude. It's a huge deal. What are you fucking talking about?
No, I'm not gay.
Okay. Does anyone want to argue the fact that having Valentina as first lady makes you gay?
I need to mirror.
That's a mental gymnast.
That's literally what they were talking about, and what demographic of the community they were going to ban and why. And for the most part, they said, "Ooh, I'm going to ban the LARPers of the community." So they're going to have to ban themselves, but they won't admit that. But that's what they were basically saying. And that's if they could find a reason to ban the LARPers. They couldn't. The majority of them wouldn't be often asked why for any of their questions. There wasn't actually any form of debate that I seen. The only form of debate that I saw was the person who could be the most edgy and funny. That was the entire competition of being the president. By the way, these are the same people who call people in groups LARPers and complain about new fags. By now all of the president LARPers have stopped watching the video they were left in anger and left their angry little comment down in the comment section and gone back to tell their little president LARPer buddies about this video. You may even see a swarm of dislikes. Who knows? The double standards that they present to the new fags and the wider community as a whole is so ironic. They will start mimics of the 2b2t incursions such as the 9b90's inoculations where they will LARP constantly, but then call any group that has gotten too much attention LARPers. If you actually look at what real LARPers do, it's essentially role-playing. Role-playing means you're assigned a role that doesn't matter. Oh wait, isn't that what the presidents of 9b90 and Constantiam do? They do nothing besides have a role. Yes, a Discord role on the community. And that's literally just a title. It doesn't have any, there's no value to the title. They don't do anything. It seems pretty LARPy to me. Maybe it wouldn't be so LARPy if they controlled something important about the server. It would seem less LARPy definitely if they did, but I haven't been able to find one single thing in game, Discord or Reddit that they as presidents have control over or contribute to. Their role is literally meaningless and worthless. It is literally just a title which is a role, which is LARP. When you ask these president LARPers if they're LARPing, they'll either just admit it, or they will deny it. I've met people on 9b90 who will admit they're LARPers, but a lot of them won't. In fact, a lot of them are insecure about their presidential LARPing. They like to keep their status of being the big player on 9b90 or Constantiam who bullies the new fags for LARPing. Like, it kind of seems noble just to destroy all the LARPers who are destroying the community. I think that's what they kind of like, and gives them a reason just to go around bullying new fags. Like, back in the day, we didn't actually need a reason to bully new fags, we just bullied them. But these people actually need an excuse, because they're kind of incels. And there's nothing wrong with LARPing, of course there's nothing wrong with LARPing. I LARP from time to time. It's wrong when you LARP, and then proceed to bully other people for LARPing. This is the double standard of LARPing. See, it's mostly these players who believe that their join date purely makes them better than everyone else, who believe in this double standard. Where if they LARP, it's fine. But if anyone else dares to LARP, they need to be bullied off the server by any means necessary, because they're cringe. You know, every time I see a ripoff of the 2b2d incursion, where they change the name, I truly do cringe. Such as the inoculation. When the inoculation was happening, I didn't play 9b90 at the time, but the inoculation was to try and mimic 2b2d's incursion, but they never admitted that it was a ripoff. They said it was entirely different. It's sad to see a lot of the fellow 2016 9b90 and Constantiam players go down this path of a double standard. It's kind of ironic, because back in 2016, on Constantiam and 9b90, which was mostly made up of new fags, every fucking new fag LARPed. Every one of them. I can't remember one person who didn't LARP. Alright, you either LARP as a veteran or a rusher. Because that was the thing at the time. There was a rusher in the veteran war. Yeah, everyone LARPed as them. Well, they made like the little valleys of wheat and shit. It was basically LARP. Like, I cringe at some of the stuff that people did back then, which was considered normal on 2b2t and even on the clones. But no one really cared at the time, because there wasn't this, oh, if you're a LARPer, you're bad. Like, it wasn't seen as bad back then, but now it's like, it made the server more fun. Now it's kind of like, oh, you're being cringe, dude. On 2b2t you don't see much of the double standard of LARPers, because almost all groups on 2b2t LARP. The Infinity Quotient, Imperials, Imperium, Voco, Backstreet Boys, and many other groups all LARP on 2b2t. On 9b90 and Constantiam, they're either not creative with their names and their groups, or they just feel too insecure to LARP. I mean, there's a couple of groups who LARP on Constantiam and 9b90, but there's not many. And these groups stand out for LARPing. They don't care about LARPing, they don't care. They're not insecure like the anti-LARPers, who just go, oh, you're LARPing, bro, don't be cringe. But sadly, there's only a small number of these LARP groups on 9b90 and Constantiam. To be fair, most people wouldn't care about this double standard, but anti-LARPing people and groups have if they don't participate in any form of LARPing activity. But they do. The presidential elections, most of these anti-LARPer groups participate in, and LARP super hard in them, such as them running for office and debating other candidates, and then people talking about who they're going to vote for, and how it's really going to impact the server. From all my years of watching these elections, not one decent project that has affected the server has ever came from the presidents. Not one. So it's just role-playing then. Live action roleplay, aka LARPing. Now of course I don't hate the elections. In fact, I kind of like them. They're a cool way for the community as a whole to come together, and no matter what country, group, or status you are as a player, you can all come together and participate in these elections. If you don't know already, I'm quite hated on 9b90. If they really wanted to, I could have easily been kept from running, but the moderators of 9b90 public Discord are good for the most part and let me run. My problem doesn't stem from the people who participate in this LARPing. No, it stems from the people who participate in the LARPing but won't admit it's LARPing. These are toxic people who want to make themselves appear as if they're heroes of the server, cleansing all the LARPers from anarchy one at a time. In reality, they just complain about LARPers on Reddit and Discord all day. I highly doubt they actually play in-game very much. The double standard must end. Pick a side. You either LARP really damn hard, or you hate LARPers. There is no in-between. LARPing is binary. There is no fluidity in LARPing. You cannot be LARP fluid. Thanks for watching the Oldfag review. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe so that the channel can grow and beat the subscriber count of FitMC. See you in the next video.